My name is Aubrey. I'm an average runner, simply trying to be less average by the day, and I'm good with being me. May I please kindly ask you to give yourself time. If you've just started with the sport of running, or you're trying to get better at running, or you're trying to achieve a certain goal, just give yourself time. Allow yourself patience, because it takes a lot of time to get to where you want to be, especially if you've just started. You see, the people that you watch doing this running thing, they've been doing this for a long time. Their bodies have literally adapted and evolved for the sport of running. Their lungs work at a whole different capacity to yours. Their hearts have worked the mechanics of such an endurance. Their muscles are literally shaped differently to yours. In fact, they've even shedded some weight, and their body has learned to do this so efficiently. If you have just started running, the best thing you can ever do for yourself is to just give yourself time. And when I say give yourself time, please know nothing worth having will come quickly. There are no shortcuts. There are no quick solutions or secrets or hacks to this. You just have to be loyal and consistently show up, but giving yourself time. So, as I walk you through week 4 of training for London Marathon, I just want you to remember that. To give yourself time, give yourself patience, grace. And I promise you, when you look back this time next year, 2 years after, you will thank yourself that you were patient and you gave yourself time. Welcome to week 4, London Marathon training. I got my friend Chris with me today, which is really good. It's around 7:30 a.m. Sunday long run, and the plan is 1 hour, 20 minutes at a pace of 6:28 is what the app says, but we're not doing that because it's pretty icy, so just being really careful. We're gonna zone 2, zone through it. Let's see how that goes. As well, I'm gonna walk you through everything I've done this week as we go on this run. But shout out to Chris for coming out. The conditions. Yeah. -5 degrees. And I'm not built for this, so to have his company is really good. So, before you get any further, you know the drill. In the description, his YouTube account. Check him out. Okay, so let's start with the runs I've done this week. It's actually been really good. 2 easy runs. The Cooper app asked for 1 35-minute easy run, which I did on my lunch break. I wasn't supposed to do the second easy run. It's not on the program. But I thought, you know what, I've got something in me. I'm trying to take the mileage up. And so, 2 easy runs, and the majority of my running will be done at that pace. All right, let's crack on. So, whilst we're on the topic of time, I'd love to talk to you about why Chris and I met up at the time that we did on a Sunday. Now, Sunday is commonly a day for your long runs, and I get that. But I'm not built for this weather, so for me to be leaving the house and starting this run at -4, -5 degrees Celsius, it's simply because we're trying to get home to not disrupt the family. And that's one side of the average runner's challenge. After this next section of the video, I show you how I spent the rest of my day with my family just to land this point. Let's talk about the speed session for the week. Really, really good workout actually. The Cooper app had this interval session. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. And these are the different paces. So you start with a 10-minute warm up, you finish with a 10-minute cool down, but the intervals in the middle. So I'm gonna show you the paces that they ask for. I'm pleased to say, man, I'm doing really well.
that I actually outperformed any of those paces. Now, usually you feel like you need to push yourself even more, but I checked myself and I realized I need to just stay humble and just do what the app is asking me to do. Because when you start to outdo things, that's where you get injured, you know. So I'm happy that I'm in the shape I'm in. It kind of shows me that I might be in track for doing a 4:15 marathon. So that's the plan. But this workout here was humbling, but also made me realize that I'm actually much more capable than I sometimes think I am. So we'll keep it going. Anyway, that brings us to this run. I'll talk to you about it in a little.
This is us finishing our long run, me and Chris of Here We Are Running. Chris, first of all, a very big thank you for coming out, because I know it's a typical thing to say, but if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have come out for this run. I had committed to make the plan, and therefore I needed to see it through. So thank you for coming out with me. Thank you. Okay, so the workout is done. I get home and shower, and the beauty of all of this is when the day actually starts for me. So you get the workout done, got home to then spend time with the family. But I had been out running and I saw that the place was actually looking really, really pretty. So I took the family out to the park that you've just seen for us to just have a good time together. And this is why it's important to just balance out the priorities, because running is really for me. And whilst we have priorities as runners in terms of the jobs we work or family life, it's also important to prioritize yourself. So you have to find balance in trying to make sure that the running is still being done. And if I'm honest with you, if I hadn't done the run, I would have been jittery during the time I'm with my family thinking, oh, I wish I could also go running. So you get the run done, you now are free to just spend time with your family. And that's the precious side of all of this. So as I go through the London Marathon training block, nothing falls behind because life still has to happen. The kids still want to see the frozen lake, feed the ducks. It's important that whether we've got relationships, those are maintained, and running doesn't take over every element of life. So even this little walk, or what we did after this, that still happens. That means there has to be a sacrifice or compromise that I then have to reach. The life of the average runner will take this kind of shape, because after this, you then have to think, this is a Sunday. Oh, Monday, the kids are back at school. Oh, I've got work to do. Oh, I need to get back and do such and such. All of this stuff still goes on. We're not sponsored to just think about running. So, until I see you in week 5, do your best to make time precious, but give yourself time to also become better as a runner. I'll see you on the next one. And thank you very much for watching the series. I've been getting a lot of feedback for this particular series. If you enjoy it, thank you. Share it with other runners. Thank you for taking time to be here. It means a lot.